curly hair, nappy hair, if you want to call it, kinky hair.
Mhm.
Okay, now, the other rule is Allen's law, founded in 1877 by Dr. Joel Allen. And it states that endotherms from colder climates usually have shorter limbs or appendages. Now, we could go a lot of different places with that one thing that I just told you.
Mhm.
It would explain to you why Mr. Rubio claimed that Trump had small hands.
Mhm.
And why Trump immediately backfired and said, I ain't got no problem in that area.
Mhm.
And why the
Mhm.
mythology and the stereotypes of black men and black women, as it relates to their, let's call them appendages,
Mhm.
exist. And the body types that exist, because that's melanin.
Mhm.
Appendages are shorter in the cold. And scientifically, we could talk even as it relates to us when it's warm compared to when it's cold.
Mhm.
The impact
Mhm.
it has on our morphology and our physical body.
Or getting in a cold pool or bath versus getting in a warm bath. Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
absolutely.
Heat expands, cold contracts.
Sure.
That's a scientific law.
Now, a question that I do have on that, and there were a lot of from our first interview 2 years ago. There's been a lot of comments and what have you on there, and one of the reoccurring comments and questions was, well, if all of this is true, what about the Eskimos? And how is it that the Eskimos haven't depigmented? Of course, my limited level of science says, well, it's not cold enough. Because we're talking about, when we're talking about the ice age, we're talking about temperatures that are literally unfathomable, and that Eskimos get sun, and that level of sun is still enough to sustain them. But I don't know that for sure, so I wanted to talk to you about that, breaking that up, because I know that was one of the recurring questions and comments as it relates to how climate, Glosier's law, how climate affects our pigment and evolution.